Hi everyone, this is Athena and I will introduce to you another visualization project that I've done. So my new visualization today is about COVID-19 and it focuses on the death rate, but also the number of cases over population density. So the death rate is very simple, which is the number of cases, the death over number of cases. So we can see that New Jersey and New York actually has the highest number of death rates, just although they have really good policies on COVID. So basically the restriction ranking is how tightly the states are restricting activities by people. So if you have a 1, which Oklahoma does, you have pretty much no restriction. And if you have like a 51, which is California, you have very strict policies based on COVID. So we can see the New Jersey, New York, and Massachusetts, like in Connecticut, they all have very good restrictions on COVID. However, they still have a high death rate, which just means that when you live, and you can see these places are all like densely populated area, especially Massachusetts and Connecticut, like they don't have that much room for the states. So it's easier for the virus to travel, which makes sense. But if we look at the x-axis now, it's the number of cases over population density. And this outlier is Alaska, and Alaska has a population density of 1.3 person over per square mile, which is really not a lot. However, it has a lot of cases over 70% of the population actually contracted COVID during the period that COVID has been a thing. And that's why it's on the very, very edge of this graph. But, and then the second one is Texas. But what's strange is that California is also here, closer to the darker circles, which means that they have less restrictions because California probably has a lot of people and it is dense, although it is very big as well. So we can see that with this graph, even like population density cannot top the strictest of all restrictions, because California does have the strictest of all states in terms of COVID policies, which is a sad thing to say, because unless you have absolute restrictions like I do in China, it's really hard to contain the cases. But a good thing to note is that like most of the lightly colored states are on the left of the more purple states, which are a little bit towards the right. And that just shows that restrictions do help, the policies do help, and you do get less cases when everything's neutralized by population density. And this is my insight, and I will see you in the next video.